All right, let's talk about something that's got a lot of people in the tech world scratching their heads. What in the world is going on with the Oracle DBA job market? I mean, you see these scary headlines about huge layoffs, but then in the very next breath, you hear about incredible six-figure salaries. So is the role actually disappearing, or is something else happening? Let's dig in. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to jump right into the chaos and talk about why this profession feels like it's in flux. Then, we'll get into what I call the automation paradox, layoffs on one side, giant salaries on the other. After that, we'll decode what the market is really telling us. We'll introduce you to the new Evolved DBA, and finally, we'll map out a clear path forward for your career. So let's start right there. Section 1. A profession in flux. This is all about getting to the bottom of these conflicting signals that are causing some serious career anxiety for a lot of very smart people. And this is the big, looming question, isn't it? It's the one at the heart of all this nervousness. For years, we've heard this steady drumbeat about AI and automation coming for DBA jobs. But lately, that drumbeat has gotten, well, pretty deafening. So let's cut through all that noise. You've kind of got this split screen thing happening. On one side, you have the fear. You see news about tens of thousands of potential job cuts at Oracle itself, and the company is pushing its self-driving autonomous database like crazy. But then, on the other side of the screen, you've got the reality. The actual data shows that job growth for DBAs is solid, and the salaries, they are seriously strong. And this quote right here, this just nails it. The most important words are structural shift. See, the role isn't dying, it's transforming. It's changing from a job that was mostly about maintenance into one that's a core, strategic part of the business. And that shift leads us straight into what we're calling the automation paradox. It's a mystery that you can really see in two numbers that at first glance just don't make any sense together. First, there's this number. This is the one that sent shockwaves through the industry. Reports came out suggesting Oracle might cut as many as 30,000 jobs. Why? To pour billions into building out its AI infrastructure. A number that big? Yeah, it's going to create some major uncertainty. But then you see this number. At the exact same time, the average salary for an Oracle DBA in the US is clocking in at nearly $125,000. And remember, that's just the average. The folks in the top 10% are pulling in over $142,000. So what gives? Here's the key. The role isn't vanishing, it's bifurcating. That's a fancy word, but all it means is that it's splitting in two, like a fork in the road. Automation is gobbling up all the routine, low-value stuff, while the demand for the complex, strategic, high-value work is absolutely exploding. To really get this, we need to zoom out and start decoding what the market is signaling. And this isn't just about one company or one country. This is a global story. And look, this high demand is absolutely a worldwide thing. It doesn't matter if you're in the United States, the UK, Germany, Japan, or Saudi Arabia. The pay for professionals who have the right skills is fantastic. It's a crystal clear signal that the world needs this kind of strategic data expertise. And the demand is hottest in the industries where data is everything. We're talking finance, healthcare, data processing. These sectors are pouring cash into their data infrastructure. They don't just need people to manage tables anymore. They need experts who can design secure, high-performance systems that can scale. So all of this leads us to the answer to our paradox. The reason salaries are way up, even with automation, is because the job itself has changed. It's time to meet the evolved DBA. This new role is so much less about manual tasks and way more about engineering. We're even seeing new job titles pop up, like Database Reliability Engineer, or DRE. This person isn't just a mechanic, they're an architect, using code and automation to build database environments that can basically heal themselves and scale on demand. And thanks to tech like Oracle's autonomous database, the day-to-day job has completely flipped. The old school DBA probably spent 80% of their time on boring, routine stuff. The modern DBA, they spend 80% of their time on the high-value, strategic work, designing architecture, locking down security, and optimizing costs in the cloud. Now, this new focus, it demands a whole new toolkit. It's not enough to just be an Oracle guru anymore. You need serious cloud skills, not just in Oracle's cloud, OCI, but in AWS and Azure too. You have to master automation with things like Python and Terraform. And maybe most importantly, you need to have business smarts to manage costs and connect what you're doing with the company's biggest goals. And Oracle is leaning into this big time. Their latest database release has something new called Agentic AI. Get this, it lets DBAs build their own AI agents right inside the database to automate super complex workflows. We're talking about things like an AI that diagnoses a performance problem and then automatically reports the solution in a Slack channel. Pretty cool, right? So, with all this change swirling around, what's the path forward? How do you make sure you're one of these high-value, in-demand pros? Let's lay out the steps you can actually take. The strategy is actually pretty straightforward. Step 1, master the cloud. Go deep on OCI, but make sure you understand how multi-cloud environments work. Step 2, embrace automation. Treat it like your primary skill. Scripting in Python and using tools like Terraform aren't nice-to-haves anymore. They're essential. And step 3, prove it. Get the high-value certifications that companies are actively looking for. And if you need any proof that this works, just look at the money. The data is screaming at us. Check out the salaries tied to these modern certs. An OCI Architect Professional or Associate certification is connected to an average salary of over $150,000. That is the market telling you exactly what skills it values most right now. So let's circle all the way back to that first big question. Is the Oracle DBA role obsolete? Absolutely not. The routine parts of the job are getting automated, sure, but the person is being elevated. Automation isn't a replacement, it's a promotion to a role that's more strategic, more impactful, and way more valuable than ever before. So the only real question left is, are you ready for it?